What's up everyone, DarkScream217 here, and before I continue on with this video, let me just apologize for the delay if anyone was actually expecting this video to come out in the middle of the week. I just got lazy again just for a little while, and I thought, I'll just, upload it on the weekend. It's best to upload videos on Friday when people have a little more free time, and that's where their weekend begins, etc., etc. Until they change YouTube's layout system, and now people are working with the kinks on that. And I'm hoping that if you're sub to me, that you managed to find this video and figured out how YouTube's little stupid layout system works. I would delay it more, but I don't want people thinking that I'm going on another video hiatus again. So I'm just gonna get this video out, and hopefully people would, my subs will be able to find this video. Also, even though this isn't really pertaining to reviews, there's a lot of topics going to be covered here. I just like to use this picture. Lance Echidna is pretty good at his craft here. And I don't want to use any more Ryoko pics. I'm trying to phase out of that and, just use more of, me. Now, originally, I have addressed some of these points in a video that was already pre-recorded for someone else's channel. Hado Sengoku likes to do interviews with other YouTubers, and he just got around to recording mine. However, it's not going to be uploaded till January 2013 because he likes to post these on a monthly basis, and this month he's supposed to upload Magus's interview, which he said was going to be pretty entertaining, so I'm hoping to catch that soon. So Hado Sengoku, if you're watching this video, I do apologize. You can upload the video. I'll just plug the interview when it's up, and I'll just address that I've already made these points, and who knows, stuff are subject to change and whatever. This is going to be a video response to a video I plugged in my previous vlog, Making Videos Feels Meaningless by Multifire. I hope you actually got around to at least watching some of that, because he explains his hiatus, his reasons for leaving, and he focuses on he wants to focus on his drawing hobbies, which I'm willing to encourage him for through and through. He also quits because he said he's sick and tired of the internet, sick and tired of people, and he's sick and tired of reviewers of any kind, actually. And Multifire and I actually had discussions about this for months now, maybe a whole year, maybe more than a year. But we've had butted heads about reviewers and reviewing in general. And originally I wanted him to make a video that would probably be kind of a pipe bomb shoot of sorts, but he also stated that he's tired of sparking controversy too. He had a lot of things laid out. He already scripted this video and everything. All he had to do was just record it. He even shared me the script, which I will not read to you because he didn't want me to do that. I even asked for permission. He declined. But I gotta tell you, it probably would have pissed a whole lot of people off. Maybe. So he scrapped that because he just got tired of making videos and, busy with stuff with his own personal life and everything. And he also mentioned how much he doesn't like reviewers and reviews and all that shit in general. And he also, and I'm going to quote him, no one likes to like it, no one wants to like anything anymore. And I agree with that statement through and through. Now, I'm going to get back to that later, but like Multifire, I was actually at a point of, not wanting to make videos anymore, and I had separate reasons, but just like him, I was almost about to quit altogether. I haven't been doing videos because I just really do not like the feedback I've been receiving. You know how going back to Multifire's quote, no one wants to like anything anymore. It's almost out as if no one wants anyone else to like anything anymore. No one wants there to be a person to stand up and say, hey, I like this anime that gets severely bashed on all the time, or so and so. And you know what? That's the comments I've been receiving for a while, and it's kind of gotten under my skin. And I'm going to bring up several examples from the past several videos I made. Now, after I did my El Hazard review, I want to say, let's see, when did I do this? Wow, almost a year ago. I said that I liked the OVA series, the very first one. I want to continue more of it, like watching the second season OVA series, which I eventually did and reviewed. I also wanted to check out The Wanderers, which is an alternate retelling TV series, which my friend has a DVD copy of, but I actually want to get my own physical copy and watch it for myself. And then there's The Alternative World, which I heard some pretty lukewarm receptions about. But I got a friend who's telling me it's not that bad, but it could have been better. I don't know if he was trying to recommend it to me or not. But anyway, I got this comment from Navy0287. Keep in mind, I haven't seen the latter stuff of El Hazard despite my anticipation. He says, the TV series takes forever to get anywhere, and Makoto is used rather poorly. The English dub version of the first OVA series is best. I have only seen one of the sequels, I think it was El Hazard 2. They changed Shayla. She looks younger and less physically developed. By the way, no she doesn't. Since I've seen the second OVA series. She doesn't. And there's a major plot hole that contradicts a plot device from the first series. So right off the bat, the guy's like telling me not to watch anything, despite the fact that I do want to watch, the stuff later on. And that was just kind of a buzzkill to me. And when I got around to watching El Hazard 2, yeah, there was something interesting that was revealed in the second OVA series that, changes the lore a little bit altogether. But I didn't think it was contradictory. Now, I was supposed to read out another comment from another video, but the comment was removed. I'm not sure why, but you know what? I'll just skip over that one. It was basically pertaining to a manga series that I liked a lot. But let's do example number 3 right now. The High School of the Dead review. I'll give you the short man's version of it. I liked it. I liked it. Okay. There. If you don't like it, whatever. But there's this little comment that kind of bugged me from Omega Wolf 67, which almost sounded like I wasn't supposed to enjoy it as much, or I wasn't being he probably thinks I wasn't being harsh enough. He says, honestly, I didn't care for this series that much. I couldn't get past the 8th episode. I'm actually surprised that you get past the 8th episode. Usually when an anime pisses me off by the 3rd episode or whatever, I just stop. The series tries to be serious, but then you have characters that act running around half nude. If it's a fucking zombie apocalypse and it's so supposed to be tense, yet the fan service ruins the tension. I didn't feel any of the main characters' lives were threatened. The main characters are your typical anime archetypes, the whole cliche argument that I made in my previous video. Look that up. It's not that good of an anime, nor is it that good of a horror/zombie series. Which he forgot to slap, in my opinion, on. He almost tells me, hey, you were being too nice on this anime. Be a little more harsh. Which is weird, because I did this worst anime panel with Multifire, and we were ripping into some anime almost for sharing some of the same reasons, and people thought we were being too harsh there. So I don't know, am I being too nice, or am I being too mean? Which one is it? I actually like it more when people recommend stuff to me, even if I never get around to, checking out the thing they recommended. I still appreciate the fact that they're at least trying to get me to see if I can like or enjoy some other things. In my Persona 4 vlog, I didn't expect this, but someone actually recommended Persona 2 to me. It is possible for me to check that game out because it is in the PSN store, and I have a Vita, and I could just download it there. Will I ever get around to it? I'm not entirely sure. I also got, what other recommendations I get? Oh yeah, MST3K Tom recommended 3 different types of anime to me in the future. He was also planning to recommend some Toku shows to me, but he never got around to that. Pretty underrated vlogger too. The guy doesn't get enough views and subs that he should. He recommended Writing Beam, Project Eiko, and Tekkaman Blade, which is one of Magus's favorite anime, I believe. You know, I appreciate the feedback like that because, because maybe I will look at it and go, I'll give it a chance. And what do you know? I actually did that for Writing Beam. And it was worth it. The sad part is, I have a huge backlog of videos I never got around to doing, or I may never get around to doing. Here's what I'm going to list off. I was supposed to talk more about Ikitos and Dragon Destiny. Oddly enough, those videos are some of my highest viewed videos. My basic review was 9,000 videos by the time this video was uploaded. And I did some more emphasis on part 1, but I never did the latter parts. Probably because there wasn't enough comments and discussion going on there. I was supposed to do a big vlog on Genshiken, talk about everything Genshiken. I promised that video the most recently. It's really hard for me to script that review, and I'm losing the drive to do that because I know there's going to be some dude who's going to comment and tell me the series is great up until the second series volume, Genshiken Season 2, which is the continuation of Genshiken that was published in 2010. It got a license recently, and the first volume came out this September, which I did pick up and read, and you know what? I actually did sort of enjoy it. I promised a review of Bamboo Blade, which I was watching with Multifire because he picked the series up himself, but we never got around to continuing it. Instead, we just watched other anime and other first episodes of other stuff. I've been, suggesting that idea from time to time, but for some reason we never got around to doing it. So I don't know if I should continue watching that anime myself or have Multifire watch it with me. Well, since he's not doing vlogs anymore, and I don't know if he wants to join me in my videos, I might as well just see if I can watch it myself. And I was also going to review Project Eiko. MST3K Tom, if you're watching this, I did recently pick up not recently, a year ago I picked up the DVD, got around to watching it, and you know what, I actually enjoyed it. That was another good recommendation, so thumbs up for you, dude. I actually enjoy doing anime reviews. They might not get the most amount of views or whatever, but I enjoy watching the shows that I review, scripting them, gathering screen cap highlights for them, and then compile it all together in one video. Why? Because I'm still an anime fan, and I still enjoy watching anime. And whenever I find a problem with the anime, it's not I don't look for it, it looks for me. The problem usually has to come to me to bug me about a certain show. It could be the voice acting, could be, bad animation, whatever. But most of the time, I'm a positive thinker. Like how Magus is positive thinking towards video gaming, I'm positive thinking towards anime. I try not to be as harsh and cynical. In fact, some of my own IRL friends are kind of nervous about me because they think I was being a little harsh and cynical. But I've been trying to lighten up a bit. And as you can tell, most of my reviews are generally positive reviews. I could like them because I actually think they're legitimately good in some way. Or maybe I enjoy them because, they're so bad that they're enjoyable. But if it's so bad suffering, that's a whole nother case. I will not give it a positive recommendation. But, I'm going to quote an interesting comment. This is going to segue into my criticism towards reviewers. But, there's a little interesting comment on Multifire's video from Matteo, I hope I pronounced that correctly. He says, I guess the reason no one, or at least reviewers, want to like anything is because they might fear being positive is not interesting. You know what? I don't disagree with that statement. It is possible that people who are trying to be honest, or not trying to be gimmicky, or not trying to be harsh enough, don't get a lot of views, or don't get a lot of feedback. Or of any kind. I see that. I think people are I think most reviewers, like how Multifire stated, are just glorified popcorn factors. They all rather be just like the AVGN or the Nostalgia Critic or any schmuck from that guy with the glasses. I stopped watching that entire website, by the way. Um, and it's kind of sad, really, because it's just, they say it's also kind of ironic because the videos themselves are just nothing but entertainment popcorn factor. They're not really analyzing what they like or what they didn't like about it. And that's not what I like to see in a review. I like to see, honest opinions on reviews, of how people thought about this show or whatever. And, could they recommend this to me or not? That's what I like to see out of reviews. That's just me, though. And that's what I like to do in my reviews. Sad part is, I see most reviews that they're not even that good at all. They might bring up some invalid points about a certain show, or they don't, do a good job backing up their claims, or explain on whatever the hell that they're trying to criticize it for. You guys seen my video response to Jado Otaku Media's What's Wrong with Anime on Panty and Stocking? Yeah. I posted that as a video response to him, and he never accepted it. He never declined it either. And I even asked him about this, and, he freaking ignores me entirely. Because the guy, he's getting his little points challenged, and he never fucking accepts it. He just backs into a fucking corner, and I don't like it when reviewers do that. You know what? Confuse Matthew. Not a very popular guy. I mean, he shat on Lion King and got on everyone's S list for it. But you know what? The guy actually does make responses to his criticisms before, including Lion King. And whether or not you can accept those responses or not, I'll give him I'll give him credit that at least he's trying to back up his points. At least he's trying to elaborate how he felt about this movie. And I actually do have some level of respect for him about that. But no. Most reviewers like to pull the if you don't like it, don't watch argument, which, again, I already mentioned in my previous video. If you haven't seen it already, go check it out. And you know what? I don't mind getting challenged in a video response or whatever, and if you do, respond to me, I will credit you for it. Like I did Teen Chibi when when Multifire and I were talking about our grievances with anime today. We responded to him, but at least he responded to us first, and I actually still commend him for that. I like seeing discussions. I like seeing debates about certain shows. I like seeing people analyze stuff, what they like, what they don't like about it. I also like to see people getting challenged or discuss or some debates about stuff. That could make a great series of videos back and forth, and I could be as unbiased as possible if I hear good points from both sides. But you don't see that anymore, or I don't know if you've seen most of that at all. Speaking of the whole being positive is not interesting argument, I am shooting myself in the foot to this day over me putting Green up as a possible anime to review in one request vlog I did, and as a result, people voted for that. Almost, how many, 30 something votes, and there were 3 or 4 votes for Ayane's Eye Kick, and I was stuck to review that anime, and most of that anger was generally legit because I did not like this anime. I did not want to watch this anime. I was hoping you guys would be like, there are too many harsh people on the internet. Why don't you actually lighten up and review something that you may actually enjoy? What do you say? Nope. No, they want me to be angry, and I don't want to be bashing on anime all the time. I just want to play it straight most of the time. Now, I did come up with this hilarious persona that was based off of old wrestling promos. All I did was wear a pair of shades, and then I started talking aggressively. I don't know if I should continue doing that or not. I could do that when I talk positive on an anime, but I don't know if people want to see that or not. That's up to you guys. Would you like to see me bring back the attitude of Dark Scream? Part of me wants that to come back, but that's up to you guys. But you know why I do reviews? For two reasons. One, just to throw, like I said before, just to throw stuff out there. See what you, see if I can recommend stuff to people who do watch my videos and whatnot. Um, Most other critics I've seen have this delusion that they think their reviews can shape the industry of some kind. But no, I like to think on a more realistic level and just say, I don't think any studio head's gonna watch my video, review, whatever. However, there are people who still watch my videos. Maybe I could just sell it to them instead. But another reason why I do this, is because I do have a huge backlog of unfinished anime that I have on DVD. And it's a pretty big backlog that started to develop back in 2007, and it's still pretty big. So I thought, hey, I can just review these shows by finish watching the ones I haven't finished yet, and that's that. And when I do my reviews, I do watch it from start to finish, or at least by the season, and give out my thoughts on it. Here is a list of anime I have yet to finish that I own on DVD. Now, if anyone tells me any anime I list on here, people are going to tell me, oh, don't waste your time with that one, that show sucks or whatever. Then you're completely missing the point, one of the major points I was making in this video. I really don't like to be told not to watch something, unless of course you're a friend of mine who knows me very well and my taste. But here's the list. Comic Party. I'm 3 episodes away from finishing it. All I need is to just spend 1 hour finishing up the first Comic Party and I should be done. Then I can move on to Comic Party Revolution, which is something I bought on DVD a year and a half ago. I didn't hear good things about it, but I'm still gonna give it a watch anyways. If I give it a watch anyways. Tenchi in Tokyo. Now, I've already seen this on Toonami start to finish, but and I really didn't like it. But I bought this anime on DVD just to see if, given it a second chance, I would lighten up to it more. Haven't even started on the first episode. Kujibika Unbound. It's a spin-off television show to Genshiken. About 2 DVD volumes into it. I have yet to finish it. I'm probably 4 or 3 episodes left. Genshiken 2, the second season to the anime. Again, few episodes away from finishing it. Now, I finished reading the manga, and according to what Aiko Arisaka 420, anime overviewer, said to me, the anime doesn't cover all of the material of the manga, but I want to see how much it covers it, at the very least. And who knows, maybe it's a decent ending right there. Air Gear. I'm not even halfway finished with that series, though I enjoy every time I watch it, but I never get around to start watching it again. School Rumble Season 1, I think I bought this anime, 3-4 years ago? About 10, 13 episodes in. Burn Up Excess, 4 episodes away. This anime was probably the first anime I put in Backlog, in 2007. Never got around to completing it. The second Negima TV series. I mentioned I was liking it so far, but I did not get that far into the series. Pani Pony Dash. Pretty hilarious series from there. It may not be Azumanga Daioh, but it's got its own potential and charm, separate from that show, even though they're both slice of life high schools, with some very similar traits, but I was enjoying it so far. Again, need to finish that one up. World of Norway. This was something Inotech showed to me, and I eventually found a used copy of it at FYE. Caught some very interesting Star Trek references out of that show, but again, need to finish that one up. And Space Pirate Mito. Bought that one recently. Was enjoying it so far. Never got around to watching it. Why am I not watching these anime? I don't know. It goes back to that cynical feeling I had when I posted that vlog about a year ago with Multifire. Usually when I do put up a review for a review up for requests, I do get around to finishing it by the week. So that's almost everything I had to say. I don't like watching other reviewers anymore. I'll still stick to the ones I've been subbed to, but I don't think I'm going to check out anyone else new. And if I am subbed to a certain individual, it's because I like their other, their rant topics as opposed to their actual reviews most of the time. Should I continue to keep doing reviews, or should I do other kinds of videos? I'm kind of reaching out to you now. What kind of videos I should do? Because I still want to make vlogs, and I suck at drawing, and I do not wish to pick up drawing for a while. But I still like to exercise my voice. It's all up to you guys. And should I open up a Twitter account so I can better communicate with some of my subs too? That's all I gotta say. Like I said, please leave a comment. Tell me, give me some advice or something. And yes, I do read channel comments. Even though I may not reply to them, I still read them, and they're still in my mind somewhere. So that's it. Leave a comment. Leave me some suggestions. Leave me if I should continue some of the scrap projects. And we'll see what happens from there. Darkscream217 signing out.